Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Tales of the Walking Dead first episode review, and tonight we're going to talk about two very special people, Joe and Evie. And this is it's different. So the reviews on this are mixed. We're going to talk about that tonight. I know we're going to see a few people we probably haven't seen in a long time. Hopefully you guys all watched it, or if you watched it the week before, thank you so much for not spoiling it for everybody. But this had a different feel to it. You only have an hour to really tell the story and to get you into the plot, what's going to happen. So the comparison that I've seen with this is Twilight Zone. So very kind of surprising of what goes on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what we always do as we get people to start to chime in. Again, I want to thank all of you guys for being here. Super chat already, Valar in the house. Hello, 99 Army Kills, Great Mods channel members. Welcome back to The Walking Dead. And you guys know we're not just doing The Walking Dead. We're going to be doing Tales of the Walking Dead. We're going to be talking about The Walking Dead. We're going to be talking about Dragon Chat with House of the Dragon. And maybe even Interview with the Vampire. I like what's going on for the fall season. And then, of course, we got Play Dead Live. We got our portal. We got a whole lot of other stuff. So as we start to stream, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Let's do what we normally do with the streams. I want you guys to give this a open-minded rating from a 1 to a 10. 1 to a 10. I want to see where you start because I might change your mind. That is the goal, is to discuss this. Give it a little bit of a breakdown. So some people are like, what the hell was I? Let's see what you think about it. I want to get your open-minded opinion. So from a 1 to a 10, let me know what you guys got. 6.7, a 9, 6s, 7.5, 7. Seeing a lot of familiar faces. 7, 6.8, 8, 7. All right, that's not bad. Walking Dead 7.5. I'm going to go on record as an 8.7. I'm going 8.7 tonight, everybody. I liked it, and I'm going to give you a lot of reasons why I liked it. It was completely different. It's going to give us the opportunity. What I really like about Tales of the Walking Dead is the fact that it can jump around and it can put you in a different time and a different place. So it is going to, Jason, it's an unfair comparison. So it's not meant to be compared with The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. These are standalone shows. So Fear as a standalone, I would argue, no, it's not better than Fear because Fear is a series. So you have to tell a story in a short period of time. Let me tell you a couple things that I liked about this. And I thought they did really well. We started out with 402 days. So he's been in isolation for about a year and a half. Been watching the same football games. I like the fact that it was very real. It was Michigan versus Ohio State. He's watching these games over and over again. Playbacks, pretending to be excited about it, reliving these moments. He's got his best friend there. You can see the stage of his of Gilligan, of Gilly. So it kind of takes you into that moment right away. I also like the fact that it was impactful that when he lost Gilly, he had to pick up and move on. He had to look for something else. So, he's certainly got everything set up. And you can see him starting to deteriorate a little bit. So they did kill Gilligan, but Gilligan wasn't going to live very much longer anyway. So if there is kind of like some reassurance, you could see he was deteriorating. So what did you guys think about Terry Crews and Olivia Munn? Thought they did a great job. So that's the other thing I really liked about it is I like the cast. Now, in the beginning, I thought, if I can be a little critical, I thought Terry Crews was a little robotic in his reading the lines. And as the action kicked in, he got in his element a little bit more. So I thought he was a little rigid, and maybe there's pressure of you're the leading man in a one show miniseries, right? It's like, he was almost like he was reading the dialogue, one sentence at a time. And all of a sudden, when it got into the action, that's really, what Terry Crews is all about. Then his character seemed to loosen up a little bit more. So let me start out with what did you guys like best about it? And no, Ray and Jason, you can't say the edibles. Besides the edibles, what did you like best about the show? So, like Olivia Munn. So, we've gotten some feedback on the actors and how they played their characters. Get a few more thoughts in here, especially those that scored it really high. The relationship between the two, the chemistry, going back to the beginning of the story, because next week looks pretty good too. Yeah, I didn't think the end of the end was predictable. I thought the middle was predictable. Like the bike, to me, the bike was predictable, but I didn't ask like what we didn't like about it yet. I'm looking for what you liked about it. So Ron likes that they named the walker something different. Well, we'll get into that. I think Jim brings up a good point. I think Eric brings up a good point. I think it kind of goes back to their personalities. So, you just murdered this lady in her bunker. You don't know anything about that bunker. You don't know if she knows other people. Other people could be coming back. And it was just like, let's get out of here. Just, we just got here. There's no need in staying around and figuring it out. Yes, you do have a little bit of control over it, and it would be easier. But not everybody kind of wants that easy life where everything is there. They want to get out and explore things together. So I do like that their relationship just sort of, it worked. So, they were very skeptical of it in the beginning. But she kind of is who we thought she was going to be. And then he is who we thought he was. And I guess I'm trying to go kind of, 50,000 foot view. In the beginning, Terry Crews was very happy, very content, and kind of, would you say that both of them have like a romanticist side to them? And then they brought the worst out of each other temporarily, and then they made full circle, and then it kind of became them again. So they don't seem like people that really want to encroach upon somebody else's bunker or their situation. So, well, certainly. I think the problem kind of with that, I guess, Diana C, and I think realistically we would have. But again, keep in mind, they have an hour to tell this story. So let me give you the equivalent of that. We could probably kind of do that and say, well, why didn't they sit down and have a drink? Why didn't they see if she had anything valuable? Why didn't they look for weapons? Because it's a 1 hour snapshot of the entire story. Why didn't they sleep in a good bed? Why didn't they, steal some of the things? I get all of that, but I could probably go back and say that to me is what made it good. What made it good to me is they didn't focus on the details of The Walking Dead that all of us have really been saying for the last 2 or 3 years, like, oh man, they should have stayed in a prison. Oh, they shouldn't have done that. Oh, they should have done that. This is like the Twilight Zone. It's a little bit of Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, and Walking Dead all merged into one. So I think we'll get an appreciation of it. And I think the more we see it, this to me is different. And I'm going to go on record right now and say this is game changing for the Walking Dead franchise. You guys will probably be like, wait a minute, Kills. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because this is the direction the show needs to go. It is absolutely the direction. We have gotten tired of the same boring plot of Fear of the Walking Dead. Heroes, villains, go to this place, go to this place, go to this place. Okay, we go into the Commonwealth, we get tricked by people. Okay, we are on our last legs in the finish line of getting to the Walking Dead, of what is going to happen. And they have realized, and I've not said this in a couple years, they have realized the audience needs 1-hour shows to be entertained, to turn it on, turn it off, and then give me something different next week. That is who we are. It is who we are in the way we watch our shows. And to me, this is brilliance, because I think it is going to bring in the random viewers who's just going to say, look, I haven't watched Walking Dead in 2 years. I don't even know what's going on. All right, let me ask you this question. Honest question for the group. How many of you know someone who said, oh, is Walking Dead still on? I haven't watched it since Glenn died. If you've heard that story, if you've heard somebody say it, type it in chat right now. I've heard so many people tell me that and interact, and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, you talk about The Walking Dead. Yeah, I haven't really watched it since Glenn died. Seriously. There's so many people out there who have not watched the show since Glenn died. And that is the person that is going to tune this in and watch and say, oh, this was pretty good. This is kind of different. Yeah, hey. And let me ask you a follow-up question, okay? How many people we have in here that are football fans? If you're a football fan, give me a 999 in chat right now. Like a American professional football fan. All right. How many of you football fans, when they go to a commercial, you either flip over to wrestling or flip over to like a cooking show? Here's like a cooking show over and you flip over. It's like, whoa, okay. Oh, man, that's how you make that. And you start watching it for a little bit, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, shoot, I got to turn back to the game. And you turn back to the game, especially if it's a blowout. So, to me, this is the type of television. This is the type of series that you could be in the middle of watching something else and kind of want to know what's going to happen. And then you flip over and it's like, oh, cool. Oh, man, check it out. These zombies, look at that crazy woman charging him with a knife. So I think that this is going to be, to me, something the Walking Dead universe is going to become a series of spinoffs and miniseries and a season, 2 seasons. So you really don't have to sit in front of your TV for 13 years to get it. So big hats off from me to the showrunners, to the writers for putting this together. And again, it did not need to be a 10 for me. It was higher than I thought it was going to be. I gave it an 8.7. It could have been a 7 to me, and I still would have been entertained enough to watch it, to keep it on, to want to talk about it. I thought there were good things in here. Again, think of the rivalry, Michigan, Ohio State. Think about what it took to get him out of his house, to get him looking again, to get him bonding with someone. These are two people who were looking for something else and just happened to find it. So it's got enough romanticism. It's got enough of a quest. Yes, it absolutely has predictability. I mean, I think all of us knew when he started the motorcycle and then he went in to talk to her that bike was not going to be there when he got back. I think everybody knew that. So, but there were some unpredictable elements after that. Like I did when he went down the stairs, I thought creepy woman, creepy woman, creepy woman. But here's the thing. I bet it surprised you. Let me ask this question. How many people thought she had a group and she was gonna gang up on him? Like she's standing there, and then it's like, okay, Joe, no, don't go down the stairs, Joe. Don't. Look at these hallways. One to the left, one to the right. There's a door in front of you. There are people here. Do not go down there, Joe. They're like, and then that's question number one. All right. So, yeah, a lot of people thought that. Question number two. How many people thought Joe was showing up for dinner and Joe was going to be dinner? How many people immediately thought she's a cannibal? Like, he made it there. She's creepy. She's going to eat him. So that's option number two. And then option number three, how many people thought that he finally met the person he was going to meet and they were just going to be happily ever after? I can probably tell you not many people thought option number three. So there were enough options to really, even though it was kind of predictable, it was not going to go the way that you typically think happily ever after is going to go. You didn't necessarily know she was a watch collector and she was going to, give him some edibles, and then Evie's going to show up. So yeah, I was getting some serious like Kathy Bates vibes. Didn't it kind of give you that? I thought like, oh boy, it's Misery Part 2. So I thought to me it had like a Twilight Zone feel, a Walking Dead feel, and a misery feel. Like, oh, she's going to tie him up, she's going to torture him. But again, what I thought they did really well was, they bring Evie back in quickly, and she did some martial arts. And I also thought she's got this tolerance. Yeah, she took a bite of it. She's like, yep, I know what's up here. So this is why. So how many people liked Misery, right? Can I get a show of hands? How many people really like Misery and you like the horror movies? And you like those kind of dark, twisted elements? Yeah, a little bit of Hannibal Lecter too. All right, so my point of asking you what you thought about it, walking through it, giving you that dynamic, really is to get us to a point of, and look, I know some of you guys, I could give you like the greatest steak in the world, and you just say it's the worst steak you've ever had. Like some people, I'm never going to change their mind. I get that. However, the point of us sort of talking through some of these situations is so you sort of reflect on it and say, oh, so I give you a little different perspective. You give me a little different perspective. And ultimately, we may want to watch it again. We may want to talk about it a little bit again. We may look forward to the next episode because I do think that some of you guys rated it a little bit low. I'm just being honest because I think that when you look at the intent and stop comparing it to what we know, it has nothing to do with The Walking Dead. This is not going to be somebody's going to show up in The Walking Dead. This is just a completely separate standalone story. It's what happened. We experience all these different places. Like, you know, you ask these questions like, well, what happened when it all went bad? What happened up in Ohio? Well, I don't know because we were down in Atlanta. Okay, well, what happened in Oklahoma? I don't know. We were all down in Atlanta. Well, I mean, what happened in Maine? Not sure. Not sure how this all went down. So, what The Walking Dead now has is they have the ability to lure us in weekly like the Twilight Zone. And I'm going to ask you guys this question. The Twilight Zone didn't mean anything from one week to the next to the next. I enjoyed the Twilight Zone because I could turn it on. It's like, oh, I wonder what crazy stuff they're going to do tonight. And if we embrace this type of television from The Walking Dead, I think we can really, really, really be entertained by it. And I think it gives us a fresh topic to talk about whenever they do this. So not only do I think they should go through these 6, but I think they should make Tales of the Walking Dead a series. So I am completely surprised every single week and entertained differently. And I don't have to give you a bold prediction. I can just say like, wow, this was like Misery. Wow, this is something a little bit different. To me, that is the value in what they're doing right now. Now, you know, will they make it a little bit more hidden clues and, you know, bring in, you know, different actors? See, the other thing that I like about this, we had Terry Crews and Olivia Munn tonight. The sky is the limit of who if for one show, and you don't have to, you know, pay somebody and commit to think about how brilliant this is from a Walking Dead perspective. Okay, you pay Andrew Lincoln $500,000 an episode. All right, let this sink in for a second, because to me this is brilliant. And out of a 16 episode season, Andrew Lincoln might not have been in like 3 or 4 shows, right? So let's say out of 16 weeks, Andrew Lincoln would have been in like 12. Is that a fair assessment? Like early days of The Walking Dead? Or maybe he had a little small role. But regardless, you know, about 75% of the time. But you're still paying this dude $500,000 per episode. All right, now you can get Terry Crews, Olivia Munn, Ryan Reynolds, whoever you want. You know, throw them a few $100,000. And they can come in and you're going to be like, oh man, guess who's going to be in Tales of the Walking Dead tonight? So you can start to put these actors in there, and you don't have to watch every week to see what Rick's doing and what Daryl's doing. You get to meet them on a very temporary basis. So overall, I'm extremely pleased with what they did. I'm going to ask you guys one more time as we're talking about the show. Leave in chat right now. If we changed your mind, if you upped your score, one last time, give me your final score, and we are going to wind it down. We're going to keep this show at 30 minutes. Next Sunday night, join us. We are going to be talking about House of the Dragon. And I got to tell you, I think the last season of The Walking Dead is going to be incredible. I think Tales of the Walking Dead is going to be something that's going to be around for a long time. If we as fans continue to say, we want more, they'll do it. And I think House of the Dragons is going to be as big as Game of Thrones. And I think you guys are going to want to be here for it. So we're going to talk about that next Sunday night. If you're a gaming fan, Join us. Tomorrow night, we'll be doing a pack opening event. Wednesday night, we will be doing Play Dead Live Faction Wars. Friday night will be our own story. Saturday night, Clash. And next Sunday night, we will kick off our Dragon Talk with 999 Gaming. Looking forward to it. I am not the expert of House of the Dragon. However, I will have people here who absolutely love it, and they will be talking about it. And I'll be leading the chat, but we will go to our experts, and we will hear what they liked, what they didn't like. You guys do me a favor. Hit the like button on this stream, and we're back. Get the word out to all our old school Walking Dead fans that we're going to be here weekly. We're going to revamp our chat, and want to thank all of you guys for giving your opinions tonight. And really quick, if you guys can all give me a 999, we're going to do something we have not done in a long time. I want to give some super fan, super sub shout outs, and we'll wind this video down. So real quick, give me 999 so I can thank all of you guys for being here tonight. I see you guys. First of all, big thanks to our moderators. You guys are absolutely awesome. A lot of people are going to be watching the playback of this. They want to see the reactions. Some people are very hesitant tonight, but believe me, they're going to start coming back to the show because this, to me, is a game changer. Amy Bones Ferrer, thank you so much. Father Ron, Valar, looking forward to House of the Dragon. B-Dub in the house. Matthew Wolfson, Diana C., Marshall Moonshot, Tammy Deadly Dimes, Gemstone, Busy Bee, Tim Lamora. All of our crew here. Thank you guys so much for being here and appreciate your opinion. And let's show them some support. I see Kel in the house as well. If I missed you with a Julia Muse in the house, if I missed you, I will catch you on the next stream. You guys have a great night, and look forward to more live streams and insight for both The Walking Dead and House of the Dragon. See you all soon. Peace.